Well, hello everybody that's popping in. Vicki Link here. We're going to kick this off, this call in just a moment. Good to have you. And while we're getting set up, a couple of things I wanted to just mention. This is a class, so pop in with tools so you can write. Um, then I want you to go on down to chat, especially if you're brand new. Well, everybody, but if you're brand new, especially, and say hi. And we want to know where you're from. And if this is a first time, tell us. Say, first time, never been here, been following Kim for 20 years, but I finally made it to her live stream, or you just found her. And as you go to chat, hi, Ed. Good to see you here. Tell everybody where you're from, just so in case you have a neighbor here. And then do your chat settings, which are make sure it's not set to hosts and panelists. Otherwise, only Kim and I will see what you're saying, and we are engaging here. We like to do some chatting back and forth. So make sure it's set to everyone so everybody can see what we're doing here. Hi, Charlie. Good to have you. Where are you from? And John from New Jersey. And we've got an Aussie here, Austria. Hans, good to have you. You've been following Kim for many years. Are you just now returning, or have you been have you been following her consistently? Some people are making a home run back. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh my gosh, I wish I'd have paid attention way back when I got that orange book, and I lost it." So, uh, Tallahassee, Charlie, and Dave McLean, good to have you from Canada. So pop in and just put your hello in there, and then make sure that you got your water, because some of you probably need some just to keep your brain moving. And you're not going to hear common things here. Most of what you hear is different. I've got another Canadian here. Hi there, Kaja. So pop in with your notebook and your pen. You know, the news of the hour is the more you write things down while you're listening, the more your retention is there. Because the truth is, most people don't go back and listen to the replays. They intend to, but they don't. So let's catch it first time around. When I'm going to start this off, though, I'm going to ask a couple of questions just to get to know you. And some of you have been around a while, but your answers change. So I like to ask it and ask it and hear me as though you've never heard the questions before. And then let everybody see where you are at in your journey. And the first one I like to ask, so I know how seasoned you are in trying to market something yourself solo, or you're in some company and you're doing something they call network marketing. You're trying to figure out how to actually do the marketing part of networking. Put down how long your history you've been at it, even if you took a hiatus. So whatever, and you've done 10 companies, 20 companies, whatever. What's your journey? So 20 years, 10, 5, I just started 2 seconds ago. I just found this. I decided to just get into something. So tell, got 2 years up so far. Put your time, your lineage here, the history of your thing. And then as you're answering that, I want a few more answers to come in. Charlie, tell it. I knew you'd be there. Ken from Arkansas, tell it. Hans, all of you, pop in so we can kind of see what the length of this is. We see who we've got here. So if we had all newbies, the conversation might be a little bit different, but a lot of you are seasoned. John, 20 years in and out of different companies. Well, yeah, I could say the same. So it doesn't matter that. That's good to tell it though. Anybody else? Tell me your history here in the industry of trying to market something that's useful and helpful and also gives you something to put food on the table with. Tony. Oh, I really like your answer, Tony. Tony, freaking forever. That's her answer. In and out per 15. Oh, you get a prize for that. Okay, so that's number one. And the second thing is, as some of you are still answering that, here's your second question. For those of you that have answered already, come back to me now and answer this one. How many hours per week are you spending doing your current thing? Whatever you're doing. A lot of you guys have day jobs, I know, and other things that go on. But how many, honestly, we're not here to impress anybody, but the truth, if it's 2 hours a week, 10 hours a week, it's full time, say it. But I don't mean, scrolling and just reading books. It's actually doing the thing like you're in business, right? because you don't just read and then do the social media. And you're in groups, you're all in their groups asking questions and doing things. But 10 hours, okay, 10. Looks like 10 so far. We've got a full timer here. Okay, Ken, 10. Okay. And if you aren't, even if you're not doing, but whatever, you're just not really doing it at all, just say, I'm on a break. I'm not even, I don't even know what I'm doing. So you can say that too. I'm zero right now, but I'm planning on stuff and I want to get some help. And this topic, I think today, a lot of you could relate to, how to find your next 5 customers. And we don't mean your mom and your Aunt Emma, really, how to find your next 5 buyers, I should say it. I don't even like the word customers, buyers, buyers. And they don't have to be people you know. So there's a subject coming on that. Lee, full time. We've got 2 full timers. And it looks like a lot of you 10 hours. Anybody else to answer that question? And then there's one more. One more. So, third question coming up. And if you answered the first and the second, please answer this one. The third one is after you, I want to get a couple more. Tony, Tony, put yours in there. I don't know how many hours you're putting in. Maybe you're putting 80. If you could get it right and figure out how to get buying customers, 5 would be good. And then maybe you could do 10, maybe you could do 20. Based on where you are right now, some of you maybe have been here a long time and your customers are they're dying. They're just dying. They're like going out the door as fast as they're coming in. So the retention is kind of a big deal, yeah, to have a real business. So they're maybe going in and out. But if you could figure this out and get buyers that belong here and that you like having with you, you don't have to tolerate, you like them, and they like you back because of whatever it is you're doing. Where would you like to be a year from now based on where you are now? So if some of you are making Zippo, you're lucky to make 20 bucks, and you want to say, gosh, I can't believe I could even make 500 or 1,000. Stretch yourself and say, where would you like to be in 1 year if you could make this enjoyable and actually find buyers? 5 would be good. So Ken, thank you. Here's the first one coming up. 5,000 a week. And I think, Ken, you said you're full-time? There's 2 Kens. No, it was another Ken. So I'm not sure where you're at right now. So, but make it reality, like something you can believe, Tony. And this is per month, 20K per month. And Tony, I know you've been doing this a long time. If you're brand new or you're doing 10 hours a week and you're not really hitting it out of the park, just put something you can believe. I want to make 500 a month would be great. That's about $6,000 a year. So put that $6,000 a year can be good, right? You can actually do something with that. So anybody else, Charlie, anybody else, Tony, Vicky, you've got 10 hours a week after a 2-year hiatus, so you're kind of doing the reboot. So everybody else pop in so we can see kind of where you're at. 3K a month, that's good. 10 a month, and don't make it crazy unrealistic. John, 25K a month. Couple of you, 2 or 3 of you are full-time. So that's different. Don't compare, say, gosh, I don't want to put my weenie amount down. It's 200. Somebody's got 20 grand a month because they're seasoned. So let's just go with what you believe you can do. And then if you can do something new that's interesting, fun, and keeps the retention in, then you can like see yourself bumping it up a bit. So anybody else that has not answered these questions, and then pop in now, because that'll help Kim gauge where you're at. And then we'll call on her because I think she's about ready to roll. Anybody else? The first one, how long you been in this thing, whatever you're marketing. And second, how many hours are you currently spending on that today? And if you're on a hiatus coming back, somebody said, then maybe you're doing nothing and you're going to do it after you hang up this phone or the Zoom. And the third thing is based on where you are, project a year out. If we can figure out what's this little formula to get 5 new buyers and then build off of that, then where would you like to be in 1 year based on who you are and where you want to be? Okay. So anybody else, go for it. And then we're going to call on Kim. I think she may be ready now. Lee, 3,000 a week. So like 12 grand a month. Put your months down. Okay. Put your months. And if somebody hasn't answered, take the moment now to do so. and I'll see if Kim is ready.
No, we're good. I am just getting my slides. They somehow are
Oh,
not showing up here. One sec. No, can you hear me
okay.
all right? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
sound good. So we've
Okay.
got a couple of threes. We've got several 10Ks a month. Good, good. We've got a 25er. And yeah, 10K. Okay, okay, okay. Anybody else? 5K, 7, kind of all over the place today.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
all over the place.
All
Thank
right, so
you.
we're gonna go. Let me get my share screen ready
Okay.
right now. There we go. There we are. All right, see if you can see that cover page, that cover sheet there, Vic.
Yeah, they sent out 1,600 letters. Yep.
Oh, good, good. Here, let me get my video, make sure I can see you. There.
There
You
she is.
are.
All right.
Yeah. All right, good. Well, thanks for doing those intros there, Vic. It's really good for me to get a good sense of what y'all are, where you are. Because what I'm going to show you today, most of you saw that letter. This is Kim, Kim Claver, and that is my buddy in all things good and evil and conniving and making a ruckus, Vicky Link. And we've built 4 of these companies together to the top. So she knows a lot about what we've been doing and how we've been doing it. And she also comes from the old school where they teach you, talk to every single person, tell them your thing is the best in the history of the world and that they should have it. And that kind of methodology doesn't work anymore today. Today, things are really different because if for no other reason that everybody seems to have something to market. What do you guys think about that? Does it seem to you like people you talk to, that just about everybody is like marketing? Everybody has something themselves. Let me get my chat here. So we've got that. And by the way, I know that some of you came all the way here just to get a little cheat sheet. And when you see what I have for you, you're going to like it a lot. I'm going to go through some of it right now. 6,000 a month. Okay, great. All right. So in the email that I sent you, I sent over something that happened to me the second time I ever built a business like this. And that is the people that got me into it sent out 1,600 letters. They actually sent out, they told me, 16,000, but that to me just seemed so way out there. I just figured I'm going to just tell you it's 1,600 because that sounds more reasonable. And these were real physical letters, real, you open them in the mail, like an envelope. Do we even have one? Like pretend it's an envelope, open it up, right? And there's a handwritten letter. And this letter, like I mentioned to you in the email, it said, Dear Kim, oh, we're writing you because the top producer in the company, Jeff R., is looking for one person to mentor this year. And I knew him because of a prior relationship, and I knew how much money he had made. It's like, oh, and you'd have to commit the year, you'd have to commit to this and that and the other. You have to learn everything he's learning how to do. And I thought, oh, I was in between gigs. I was trying to decide if I was going to go into the movie business or the screenwriting business, or if I would stay in the sales and marketing business. And I had both options. I had the movie school. And then I had the sales and marketing because I thought, I could probably sell high ticket stuff and make a lot of money doing that. And I didn't really know what to do. And this guy, they write this letter and it was marketing a supplement, hardly high ticket. You know what I mean? On a screenplay, if you're any good, you make $1 million. On a supplement, what do you make? $10, $15. So it's numbers. You have to get supplement buyers versus you sell one screenplay. And you could really do well if you know how to write a screenplay that sells it. So I thought, so I took the letter and I thought, could this be something? And I went to sleep. I brought it to my little night table. And I thought, oh, it's like something because he's the number one guy, right? And I like number one people. I like hanging out with him because I want to be one. That's who I'm supposed to be, right? So the next day I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. And I called every day or emailed almost every day. And like day 6 or 7, they finally responded and said, yeah, you're the one. We chose you. So great. So I committed for the next 6 or 7 months. I didn't do anything else but build that business, running ads, interviewing people, having events at the university, at the conference centers, just one after another. We'd have 3 events, live events a week. We ran the ads to get people to them. And I'm a university person, so we had a lot of these at the university conference centers where we did the event, showed people, here's what we got and here's who it's for, and built the thing. And I think 6 or 7 months later, they invited me to go to speak at the National to tell how I had sold so much of the supplement and how we had built such a big business, because we had 3 national marketing directors within that first year. That's the top rank you could get. Vic was one of them, and she had one also, and I had another one. And we all came on stage and they said, this is the first time in the history of this company anybody has ever done this so fast, and yada, yada, yada. I'm going to tell you what we did so that you know. But later on, either at another event that I did, it was within a couple of months of that time, they asked me to come again because I did something else that they thought was that people should hear about. So I did. And then backstage, I was talking with Jeff and Cheryl, the 2 people I'm talking about. And I told them, you know, this all came about because you all sent me that letter. And they were, yeah, we sent you that letter. I said, do you know how many of those letters we sent out? No. Well, how would I know, right? And it's like, well, we sent out 16,000 of those letters to former people that had ever been connected with any of our companies. And it's like, wow, you know, and I thought thinking, and I got chosen. I was pretty cool, you know, good thing. And they said, you know how many people responded? I said, no, I have no idea. And Cheryl said, you were the only one. It's like, what? I was the only one? Yeah. I was the only one that had responded to that letter. And I was their top rep for that product for the time that I was in the company. I sold more than anybody else, built bigger than anybody else, faster than anybody else, got on the president's advisory, hoo-ha council, whatever they had, that godlike thing. I was there because of this, what we did here. So I just want to tell you that this was in 1992 or 3 in there when the NSA, the company, was the water filter company, when they first launched Juice Plus, which is a product that we helped that company launch. And you think about this, they sent out 16, they said 16,000, I made it 1,600 letters. And the advantage to this is that they did not hear no. You see this? They didn't get no. Nobody said no. Why? Because you write back and say, hey, I hate you. This is like really stupid. Don't send me any more mail. Maybe it was email, but with physical mail, they never heard no. They never heard no. And the question is, can we figure out how to do that without sending out 1,600 physical letters, or without talking to 10,000 people and chasing them for weeks and months only to find out that, say, you're selling, I don't know, the best filet mignon in the world, and now you find out 3 months later they are a vegetarian, but you had no clue. You want to know how this works? You guys want to, hey, Francoise, how are you, girl? I'm going to show you how this works. How many of you want to hear what this is going to be, what this story is going to be here? You want to see what's going on? And the key is, if you're going to be in a business, how many of you are really thinking that the business that you've got is something that really matters to you and to other people? Now, if it doesn't, don't say yes. This is not like your upline saying, do you love this? Because if you don't, you won't do it. Let me tell you how you know the answer to this. I'm just saying to you, how many of you feel like this is like a really big deal for me? And I think it could help people who share kind of my values a lot. Like, we could make a dent in the universe, yes or no? How many people say yes, we could do that? Because if you find that every day you don't want to do your business, then that's not what you believe. If you find every day that, oh, I don't really want to talk to people, I don't really want to do this, then you don't really believe that much in it. Why? Because if you did, you'd just keep doing it. Or you'd figure out how to present it, not so everybody says no and dumps on you, but so the right people say yes. So just be, honest with yourself and say, well, like, there are people who learn to play tennis and they practice 5-6 hours every day. And there comes a point when they say, I don't really care that much about getting that good at this. I'm not going to practice 5 or 6 hours a day anymore. Because if you want to be number one, you want to be Wimbledon quality, You want to win stateside, you want to win nationals, you want to win US Opens. There's no other life for you than being that person that gets so good that nobody can beat you. And then you're number one. And you could be something in between. But I'm saying, be honest with yourself. If you don't really love this that much, so what? Do something else. You have a lot of things you can market, a lot of choices. I want to show you today a couple of real surprises. But you all need to know, if you think you have a business, and that means something that you market, you make or market, or both. Most of you are marketing stuff. Some of you have coaching businesses, so that's yours. You do that in order to solve a problem for somebody else. Nobody will give you money if they don't think that you're teaching them something or offering them something that will make their life better. How many people understand that? If they don't think you are making making their life better, they are not going to buy from you. Why would they give you money, right? It could be entertainment. You could say, oh, I want to laugh tonight. So you go to a stand-up comedy show. They're pay $50 a ticket or $100, and there's a stand-up. He's going to make you laugh, right? Or you want to go to a movie, or you want to go play tennis with good people. So you join a club. So you need to know what you're about. And the number one thing we forget in network marketing to teach people is that a business, which is something that you have to give or do or offer, it has to be something that solves a problem that people will pay for. If all you're doing is volunteering, you don't have a business, you have a volunteer group, and that's fine if you want that. But a business exists to solve a problem. Usually you solved it for yourself, but that's what it's for, to solve a problem that other people will pay for. Tell me if that makes sense, yes or no. Vic, can you hear me all right? Am I? Okay.
Excellent, very clear.
Okay, good. Who's got this, yes or no? Yes, I get this. Okay, that means you have to be able to solve a problem. And sometimes we don't need to do this today, but I'll say, what's the problem you solve? Okay, now, some people will say, oh, nutrition. Okay, let me ask you here. Is that solving a problem? Is that word the answer? What's the problem you solve? Oh, nutrition. Is that an answer that people are going to give you money for? Yes or no? Are they going to give you money for that? Yes or no? Okay. Or they'll say, oh, so what's the problem you solve for people? Oh, our stuff works at the cellular level. Okay. Is that going to get somebody to say, oh, that's just what I need. Let me give you some money. Who goes around saying, I tell you, my problem is nothing that I have works at the cellular level? How many people do you think go around saying that? Hello. So you have to be able to solve a problem that, like, normal people talk about it. Does that make sense? What do you do for people? What's the problem people solve? Oh, we have CBD oil X49. Does that sound like it's a problem anybody would talk about? Do they wake up in the morning and say, oh my God, I wish I had CBD oil number 19, or I wish I had this thing called, X45. That's really that's what I need. Who wakes up thinking those things? Anybody? Okay, so this is not the answer. Okay, this is not are you with me? Talking about your product is not, those are not words that a normal person would use when they want to express they have a problem. Okay, so what problem do you solve? Let me show you how this is. I'm going to give you examples. You ready for this? Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Yo, Chippy, how you doing, girl? Okay, here we go. What problem do you solve? I'm going to show you in the world of marketing how this goes. Okay, so here's how it works. By the way, you guys like my pink slides? Are they sweet? I got a new thing today, and it's like, I'm going to show my buddies the new stuff. Here's how it works. Step one, you have to get attention. Get attention. Write it down on your forehead, on your chest, on your hand, on your palm. You got to get attention. Now, some people get attention by streaking across a football field. I don't think that's how you want to get attention, but you can get attention doing that. Some people jump up and down and scream like crazy children, right? That's a way to get attention. But you want to get attention, or that means, oh yeah, oh, let me see. Oh, let me see. Oh, let me see. That you get that reaction from somebody who's looking to solve a problem, a certain very specific problem, or to get a crazy opportunity. Okay. It's one problem that you're going to talk about that you solve, or one crazy type of opportunity. So step one is, how do you get attention of the people that are looking to solve the very same problem that you know how to solve? And how do you know? I solved it for myself. Who gets that? I solved it for myself. I solved it for myself. Therefore, I know maybe I could help somebody else. Who's got this? Tell me who's got this. Let me see. I don't see you guys. I'm going to stop.
Oh, they're coming in. Yes, got
Good.
it, got it.
Good.
Yep. Mhm.
Good. Yeah, and today I was coaching a lady who is in one of my businesses, and she said, well, one of my issues is I don't really have a lot of confidence, like I don't know for sure. And she happens to be somebody who's in kind of a, what should we call it? A wild and crazy a group of people that are into things that are relatively high risk, but could have huge returns, right? So you never know. So, and I told him, well, for people who are looking for security, these are not your market. No. So it's people who like these crazy things and like to go out to the edge and throw some money in something, whether it's $500 or a couple of grand, throw it at something, and in case it takes off, because they have some belief around this idea, whatever it is that is they're talking about, you don't do this in a vacuum, that it might actually turn out into something. And she said, yeah, so that's what you're doing. Yeah. Okay, so where does your confidence come from? And she said, well, I don't know, where would the confidence come from? Because you don't want to be making promises to people, right? And so, yeah, Lee, so we might want to chat. But so I told her, well, you, I think, threw some money at this thing, couple grand, couple, 2, 3 grand. And she goes, yeah. And I said, so what has happened to you? And she said, well, I'm up 46% in 3 weeks. You are? Yeah. It's like, I'm up 46% with my investment. Legally, she's allowed to say that to somebody. We're looking for people throw crazy money at something really crazy, but we don't think it's crazy, but normal people think it's crazy. And the reason I'm suggesting it, why? Because I'm up 46% in 3 weeks. That's why. I have no clue what'll happen to you, but that's what happened to me. That is the source of her confidence. It worked for her. Do y'all see that? Tell me, yes, you got this. Hello, is anybody home? And this is the same for any product or service or business or opportunity that you have. If it's worked and made a difference for you, you see, this is going to make a big difference. Y'all see that? Okay, I'm going to show you how this works. So you need to get attention of people who are looking to solve a certain problem. And I'll show you how, for each of these, what we can do here. Most are not looking to solve that problem. Notice what that slide says. Most are not it. And that means that of the people that whether you advertise or talk on the phone or do Facebook messaging or write Facebook postings, most of them are going to end up in the so-called garbage can. I made this image this morning. You like that, Nicole? You see it? They're not the ones. 1,600 letters. How many people responded? 1. But that person made their business a lot bigger than it was before. Right? So it doesn't mean all your numbers are going to be 1 in 1,600, but most people are not looking to solve the problem that you are able to solve right now. Like, let's say that you just hit the jackpot and you've made like a lot of money and you've always wanted, I don't know, a Bentley. So now you're going to go buy a Bentley for 500 grand or whatever they are. And, nobody drives a Bentley to go to work, do they? Nobody drives a Ferrari to go get a cup of coffee, do they? Right? Why do they drive a Bentley or a Ferrari or some other car that's, what the McLaren, is that it, for $3 million or something? Because they feel good in it. That's why. It's an affirmation of, I have achieved something. I got enough money that I can throw at this car. Huh, take that. And that's a stage. We call it the Ferrari, the Prada stage. Pretty soon you get over that stage and you auction off your car, you give it away as somebody who's your top affiliate. All the boys I know have done that. Russell Brunson, all of them. They got the Ferraris and it's like, And then it's like, oh, I'm going to put up 1 year later, Mike Dillard, all of them did the same thing. Put up their Ferrari and say, to my top affiliate, I give you my Ferrari. Because it was their turn to go through the Ferrari stage, the Prada stage. We have these stages, right? And then you achieve it and you go, oh, okay. And then on to the next thing till you basically sit with nothing on the beach with a fishing rod, right? You go back to the beginning where it all started. So you will not get most people's attention. And you don't need any. Remember, Jesus only had 12. We have in the US 300 million people. You got a lot of people. This is called TOF, top of funnel. You know how the funnel is like this at the top, or like this? That's what this means. Jargon for those of you who like jargon. The next part is, of those who say yes, you're going to do a little diagnostic interview. You know, like the doctor says, oh, I have a sore arm. Okay, come here, sit down. And say there's an elbow doctor. Oh, here's elbow doctor, tennis elbow, specialist in tennis elbow doctoring. Who's going to come? Everybody? No. Everybody who plays tennis even? No. Everyone who got a sore elbow last Sunday because they played too many times? Yes. I have a tennis elbow. I need to go see Dr. Tennis Elbow. What's he going to do first? You sit down and prescribe something? That would be malpractice. Same as would be for you. They come with their little problem, and now we're going to sit down and have a little diagnostic interview, you know, with all the questions that tell the person what the best solution ought to be. Are you all with me? Tell me, yes, you got this. Who's got it? Tell me, yes, you got it. Good. And then the third thing is you're going to give them some kind of a treatment. In other words, your product, your service, the tennis elbow treatment is going to be the fast track, you know, with 15 reps, or the leisure track, because he isn't going to play for another 3 months now. Got it? These are the pieces. So now, if this makes sense, what I want to do is take you through the first part of this, how to get attention of people who are looking to solve the problem or who are looking to get a crazy opportunity. Are you with me? Okay, I want to give you several examples that are actually, I put them in the cheat sheet. So those of you who like the MOF, middle of funnel, Tony Eater. Middle of funnel, the T up here. Let me show you here. This is the top of the funnel where you're calling get attention and people say, ooh, right? That top of that funnel. And then when you say, this is who I'm looking for, they go through and go, oh, I just had a tennis elbow. I didn't have a broken ear, right? And to the point where you get a smaller group. And this is called the middle of the funnel. The people who say yes at this that are not in the garbage can, they come into your diagnostic interview. So let's say you have 100 people out here that you're calling, hey, I'm a tennis elbow doctor who's looking for a tennis elbow fix this weekend, let's say, and 3 people say yes. This is then the middle of the funnel, maybe 5 people, right? And then here, this is the bottom of the funnel. This is BOF, but I just call it get started because you have one person who gets started with your elbow fix. You see what I mean? Everybody got that? Okay, cool. Okay, so what we want to do is that first part, because I have learned over the years that the first part is where most people have so much trouble that they quit and don't do it at all. So I'm going to, yeah. Well, this is Facebook advertising premier course right here. Because what's the advertising? Putting out an announcement. Yo, doing a call out. Yo. It's like, imagine that you're at a big church picnic of some kind and there's 200 people and you're sitting there and they're having, I don't know, whatever they're having. And you see out of the corner of your eye a tennis court, you know, a couple of courts down there. And you say, anyone play tennis? Out of 100 people that are there, how many people do you think probably say, yeah, I play tennis? How many people? What do you think? Tony, Charlie, how many people probably play tennis? 100 people, church picnic. You're all having picnic and they see the courts out there. How many people play tennis? Out of 100? 10?
John
Ooh,
says
that's a
10.
lot.
That is
Okay,
about
anybody?
5.
Yeah,
Maybe
right, 5.
3 to 5.
Right. And what if somebody else said, oh, I see a miniature golf course over there. How many people want to do miniature golf? How many of those would there be? What? Another 5? Oh, and there's a volleyball court. Oh, how many of those people? I want to, maybe another 5 go over there. Are you seeing the picture? No matter how many people there are, only a little tiny subset are going to be the ones that are a match. Why? Because we're all different. People all have different problems, and they may have 100 people may have a problem, but only 3 want to fix it right now. Our lives are beset with problems that we're not fixing. Okay, so getting attention of the people who have the problem and are looking to solve that problem right now. That's why the number is so small. Are you with me? Tell me, yes, you got this. We're almost done. You got it? Got it? Tell me sure you got it.
Yes.
All right. So here is how you approach people with, I'm going to give, I promise you a little cheat sheet. I'm going to give this to you, so don't worry, you're going to have it. The first 20 or 30 people, whatever I said. So this is the approach when you're talking on the phone or on your Facebook. This is the concept of it. Because here you are, you've decided to sign up for a business. And you've got a problem that you know how to solve. Are you with me so far? I got a problem. I know how to solve a problem. How do I know? I solved it for myself. I used to be lame and now I can walk. I used to be half blind in this eye, but now I can see. I used to be fat and now I'm slinky slink, right? I used to be so tired I could hardly move around, but now I'm like, oh, all over the place, yada, yada, yada. There's a change that you experience because of the product or the service or the program. Tell me, yes, you got this. Who's got this? Tell me, yep. Let me see. Tell me, yes, you got it. You got it. Therefore, if you can capture this and put it in your brain, that is what you're doing, then your position to anyone is, what do you do? Well, you know, Vic, I have this business and I'm looking for certain people. And if I tell you who I'm looking for, would you tell me if you know anybody? And don't worry, I'm not going to bug you. Of course, if Vic has any sense, she's going to say, bug me. What do you got?
Yeah, I would say bug me.
Bug me right damn it right now. That's always what she says. And if she has anything good, I'll tell her the same thing. Why? Because we do things after having combed through so many of them that when something finally looks, and it doesn't have this downside, it doesn't have that downside, and it's fun, and the people you work with they have cash to throw at it. They have time and energy, and they can be funny, and they're not all hung up about themselves and all that stuff that we all hate, right? So you walk in with this idea in your head that, who are you? Well, I'm a person who has a business. That's all of you should say that. I'm somebody and I have this business and I'm looking for certain people. I should get you all off and say that out loud. See, that's what you need to say. I am Charlie. I am Vicky. I am Ken. I am John. I am whoever you are. And I am somebody who was looking for certain people because I see I got this business. And if I tell you who I'm looking for, remember what this is here. What did he say? A business exists to solve problems people will pay for. It doesn't exist to peddle your stuff. It exists to solve a problem. Your business does not exist to sell stuff. Nobody will buy. You have to solve their problem and then they'll buy. Does everybody get this? All right. It's easy to forget because you're all fixated on your, DNA level, blah, blah, blah. Nobody gives a crap. They want their knee to work, right? They want the elbow to work. Okay, let me get the slide here. So don't worry, I won't be bugging you. So who wants to see? I got 3 examples, completely different areas. You ready for that? Who's ready? Let me see. Oh, I don't see anybody. We can just go home. Okay. All right. Okay. So who do you help? Somebody might say, what do you do? Who do you help, right? So this is, again, the identity, your identity. speaking. We help people who know they should get more fruits and veggies in their diet, but they don't have time to shop and cook and eat them all, but they want to find a way. Do you know anybody like that? This line is what I used to build the biggest Juice Plus business they had ever seen, the first one in the history of that company, right here. What's my identity? I help people who know they got to get more fruits and veggies in their diet. And in the case of that time, during the time in the early 1990s, the thing that the government was doing is, or somebody, I think it was the government, 5 to 9 fruits and veggies. Remember, Vic, it was always
Right.
5 to 9. So
That's right.
we help people. So who are we? Well, we're people. We have this business, see, and we help people who know they have to get their 5 to 9 fruits and veggies every day, but they don't have time to shop and cook and shop and do, and they don't have a chef like I do. So they don't do it, but they know they have to stay healthy. They know they have to. So do you know somebody like that? Okay. Out of 100 people, this is going to be your first test, quiz, Harvard quiz. Okay, quick quiz. How many people are likely to say yes to that out of any 100, anywhere? What do we got here?
Got a couple, 3, and then Todd, you're saying 5 to 10? Yeah, 5.
Yeah, that's it.
Probably.
Right. And you could go and go, oh my God, nobody loves me. No, they are not people who know they need their, they know they need their 5 to, yeah, the people are, they have no clue about eating and what they look like and feel like. No clue. There's that. Then you have people who know they're supposed to get their 5 to 9, but they think that's for the birds. Only dumb people do that. Then there are people who go, yeah, I know I should, but I don't really have time. I don't care quite that much, but maybe someday. Then you have people who were health freaks like me. Gotta have it. Gotta have why? Because I want to be really strong and I want to play tennis when I'm 90 and beat somebody 6'love" who's 50. That's what I want. I won't be long before I'm there, and I'm going to do exactly that. Cannot wait for that day. So that's my identity. So I'm looking for people who have an identity like that. They'll do anything they know they should do to remain healthy, fit, good looking, active, be able to do stuff. That's 3 in 100. That's who we got. That's who we asked for. We didn't persuade anybody that they should do this. We didn't say, do you know what's going to happen to you? You're going to be a fat and blah, blah, blah. We didn't. People who know they should. Who's got it here? See that? Now notice, this is just calling 16 to 20, 3 to 5 max. Okay. So here's another one. This is for supplemental types and people who know you want to be really specific. We can help you cook up your own. Of course, I'll offer you a program at the end for a couple of you who want to really do this and get it right and soon in your lifetime, so you can get yourself hundreds and hundreds of people that where your business is solving the problem that they say they want fixed. Okay. All right, here's another one. Oh, I didn't mean to do this one first. Let's see. Well, okay. Where's my, I have another one. I don't know what happened to it. I'll tell you what it is. Okay. Let me do this. We help people who, oh, I won't be able to do that because I copy pasted these from my page. I'll show you the other example. Get more fruits and people who know they should get more fruits and veggies, get the 5 to 9, who aren't doing it for whatever reason, but they want to. I had an alternative. These supplements that are fruits and veggies and get you the nutrients. That's the story with that. Okay. Let's do this one. Here's another one. This is totally different. We help you. That's something we're doing in today's world. And we help people who are always into totally new and different things, like the blockchain project world, people who got into the crypto world, people who in 1996 and 95 got into the internet world. People who were the first to buy a car from Henry Ford, even though they exploded, and often, on the way to church, the whole car would explode, or it would have some kind of a disaster and scare all the horses away. They did it anyway. We're called early adopters. There's a name for us. We're all crazy and we're early adopters. And blockchain right now happens to be something where new small startups, companies that have certain very strong values like clean eating or like clean mining or like alternatives to this very platform we're on right now, an alternative to Zoom that is the same as Zoom, only when you watch it and use it and host on it, they pay you rewards, which you can use to pay for the damn service and have the whole thing be free, among other things. Who, y'all see that? So it's those people out of 100 people. How many people do you suppose there might be who go, yeah, I'm totally into the new things. I was the first on the internet. I was the first to do email. If there's a blockchain project, I want to know about it. I'm one of those people who wants to throw money at something just to see what might happen if I'm really interested in the thing that they're doing. Out of 100 people, how many do you think are going to say, yeah, they're into that? Tell me yes. Same thing, 1 to 2. But you don't need many. You don't need many. Everybody knows the names of the people who did it. Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk. They were all by themselves when they started this, okay? I should do another one here. We help people who are looking to get back in shape, but without living at the gym, without eating rabbit food. Okay, who are you looking for? What is your business? People who are looking to get back in shape. What is the problem that those people have? They want to get back in shape. They're out of shape. They're getting fat. They're looking like a pear, right? Are you with me? Who's got it? Say yes, yes, yes. Okay. The third example I wanted to give you is we help people, and I don't have the example here, sorry, but I'll read it to you because we do it. We help people who are on daily pain meds. A lot of people are on daily pain meds. My gosh, I had no idea. It's more than 50%. 1 in 3 adults are on daily pain meds. Okay, that's the problem. However, that's not a problem for many of the people that are on pain meds. Some of you are on pain meds and you don't think there's any problem. Am I right? Don't worry. So what's our slice of that market? 1 to 3 adults are on daily pain meds. Some want to get off. Some want to get off. That is our market. And they want to get off and still get rid of the pain and do it in 7 to 10 seconds, like a drug. Y'all, do y'all see that? That is a market. We're very big into that because Vic and I are very much into super duper health, uber health, brain, body, everything. So we're around to see all these fantastic changes. So what's the market? People that are on daily pain meds who are looking to get off for all the reasons people want to get off. They can't think anymore. They can't walk anymore. They can't talk anymore. I mean, there's people, many people have told me, I wish I had never, ever gotten on the drugs, the painkillers to begin with, because they're so addictive, right? Are you with me? So again, it's a small segment, people who are looking to get off the daily pain meds, people who are looking to get back in shape, people who are looking for something that's way out there because they love way out there stuff. They're up for a challenge. They're not risk averse. It's just they like that. It's like people who like extreme sports. I'm one of those. And so we find those crazy ones. You don't drag the wrong one across the finish line. That's really key that you get that. Is everybody getting that message? Because what you're doing is your business, like Branson says, you solve a problem or you offer a really unique opportunity. That's it. And you're asking, do they know anyone who has that problem that is looking to solve it? And we do the same thing on the phone. We have all the conversations and stuff that you need. And the big thing is to get that confidence that you know you can. And that takes going through experiences, which we want to help you have in the program I'm going to offer some of you, because it's like learning tennis. You cannot really get very good by just watching people do it on TV or on the internet or go to Wimbledon even. Unless you're out there playing, your backhand is not going to improve. How many people know this? If you're not out there doing it through experience, you're not going to get any better. Does anybody get that? We wish. Oh my goodness, we wish. Wouldn't we be rich if we could? So if you would like to see, would some of you like to see how we might help you do this? Because this is really what I wanted to show you. And then I will also give some of you the the cheat sheet. Who would like to see how we might help you do this? Okay, good, good. We got some of you guys going. Okay, so the top of funnel is what we have been talking about. Most people are going to say, no, you're looking to do this. The diagnostic, that whole phase of diagnostic, making sure that you keep them connected to you. Because when somebody's looking, they're going to have different options. You will never be the only option. So once you've got somebody's attention, that first box, you got to be sure they stay with you so they don't run off and buy somebody else's golf clubs, right? And then the last one is how to get somebody started and how to make sure that they don't fall off the track and that you get 0 refunds. And that's something that Vicki specializes in. She has an open the box thing with every single person we sign into anything we do. So they're right there during the moment of excitement and truth. So there's no distance between the time that they're still excited. It's kind of like how you keep marriages going after a certain time. You know, if you don't do anything exciting with your partner, pretty soon you may as well be living someplace else, right? But when a person says, I have this problem, I want to solve it, and then they get their confidence from using the product or the program, like this lady whose stake that she bought a couple, 2-3 grand, it's up 46% in 3 weeks. You think she's not happy? You think she doesn't have confidence now that she remembered, oh yeah, mine went way up. What's with you? Well, I don't have aches and pains anymore and I got off my drugs or most of my drugs, right? Or whatever it is that you do for people. I learned how to use the internet. I learned how to fix my hair. I learned how to, I don't know, be stylish. Used to be, I was an ugly duckling wearing, I don't know, burlap sack, and now I'm like all svelte and hot, right? That's what you're selling, a fix, by showing someone a different way to do it, to be, to see it, a different perspective. And that's when they buy from you. And then you get that, the confidence that they have for you, see? So we have something called the Buyer Factory, which calls out the buyers based on what I just showed you. That makes sense? Tell me yes. That's what we're doing. So you will discover we have, there are 5 pieces to it. Number 1 is what do you call out on the different media? Facebook, phone, email. You know, they say you need to call out your buyers so that you enter the conversation in their minds. And this may sound like gobbledygook, so let me give you an example. Let's say that you market a weight loss supplement of some kind or a weight loss program, okay? And how do you enter the conversation in somebody's mind who is ready to buy right now, this minute? So what you think about it is, well, who would be such a person? This is what you do as a creative marketer. Why do you think we make so much money? We're very creative. You can't just hope somehow they're going to go to the dye or the I don't know, the drugstore and get your fix. No, that's not how that works. You got to think, you know, who would I ask for that would like buy within the next day or so? How many people know when they sell fire insurance? When do they sell the most fire insurance policies? Anybody know? Who are the buyers who buy fire insurance policy almost immediately in a 72-hour period? Does anybody know who those people are? During a fire, right? How about right after the fire? They go, oh man, now we're going to buy insurance. Whenever there's a flood, whenever there's a hurricane, whenever there's anything, the whole world, then, oh my God, I should have done this. Like we now have so many people who want to throw a little bit of money at this crazy blockchain thing we're talking about. Why? Because everybody who was been all for like a month or 6 weeks has gone up 46%. That's why. So it's like, holy crap. I mean, when's it going to shoot up again? Right? So the early ones are, we take all the risk and get called all the names. But then the minute we have a kick, people go, well, let me check. And now they're doing that. And when there's another kick, there'll be another group. And when it gets up to $25,000 each for that particular piece of software, a whole lot of people will come in that normally do nothing risky because there's no more risk, and they'll make maybe 5% or 10%, but they won't ever make 1,000%. You see, because you need to be that crazy one to make that kind of return. Do y'all see that? So you just pick, you're looking for the people who fit where they tell you, I am this sort of person. So the conversation that you want when somebody enters the conversation, if you have weight loss, might be something like this. If you are going to a graduation and it's 6 weeks and you have to lose 2 dress sizes, here's a way to do it without eating rabbit food. Who are you calling? In 6 weeks, time limit, graduation or recital or reunion, something where you have to show your butt and you have to lose 2 dress sizes and you do not want to eat rabbit food, click here. Who is going to click? People who have a deal in 5, 6 weeks. They have to lose a dress size or 2. They do not want to live at the gym or do not want to eat rabbit food. And that is who's going to come to you. Do you see that right away? See how that works? Yep. Okay, so that's what that means. You would teach you how to do that here. Because if you don't know how to do it, you won't get a buyer. Next week, you get a buyer in 5 years, and by then your business will be long dead, right? How do you write it or say it? Because these are the words you need to have, get the concepts down. How to take them on the enrollment journey. That's part of the diagnostic, go through that process of enrolling a person. You don't just say, here, sign up. No. How to actually go through that journey of enrolling. Because many times a person enrolls and then they also are talking to other people who they're thinking they're going to take them through the enrollment when it's their turn. All at the same time. This is all how you mentally get somebody ready. And what you do after you have enrolled somebody. What do you do? How do you do that? And if it's a package of stuff, it might be that you have an opening of the box ceremony type of thing. If it's throwing some money at something, you meet some of the people who are actually running the projects so that you stay part of what it is that you're doing. And if you love the problem that you're solving and want to solve it for people, you won't have a problem doing that. If you really don't, you'll think it's kind of icky and you'd rather not do it. So I'm here to tell you, choose something you have an interest in where you care about the problem and solving it for people, because there's no length you won't go to make it better. And that's where the money is, doing novel things. That's really where it's at. And I'll show you how to do it with social media, with leads, with emails, offline, on the phone, all those things. That's what we're doing. So we run the program. It's between 6 and 8 weeks. You can take longer if you want. You can take shorter if you want. But the key is for you to experience the changes. This is not about, here's 5 lessons and now you're going to be like, I don't know, Picasso, or you're going to play tennis at Wimbledon. You experience the changes working with people, just like tennis. There's your backhand, your forehand. You're going to serve, they're going to serve at you. So it's the experience working with the people and learning how to get your message so that the right people out there get it and say, me. That is the perfect marketer. And we want to show you how to do that. So what we're doing, okay? So it's not 100,000, not 50,000. Those programs, by the way, I have bought those. And the reason I have done that in the past is because I wanted to be with people who charged that kind of money to see who their mentors were. And they're all mentors who were doing 10 times this. People like Russell Brunson, he charges 250,000 for his inner circle now. And then he has a program called Atlas. I think it's $500,000 a year. And some of you are going to go, oh, that's really terrible. They should be feeding children in China or something. But you see, what happens is when you get to that level of money where you've got more than enough ever, our human mind begins to think of what are problems we can solve in this world with this money that we have. Whose work do we want to support? Is it going to be the Buddhist monks and the monasteries who promote peace and calm? Is it going to be, mining, clean mining? Is it going to be clean food? Is it going to be helping people become self-reliant? Is it going to be that instead of teaching school where kids are going to learn, say, how to get a job with somebody, we teach children early that when you learn to own pieces of businesses that can go up in value, that's who becomes rich. It's not what they did, it's what they own. And this is what we're teaching a whole new group of people because we're among the people learning it. Do you get that? It's like, oh, okay. So that's what we're doing. So that's why these numbers, but we won't be charging you anything like this. We have a $15,000 six-figure advisor program, but this is a mini version of that. And we have the buyer factory for $24.95. And not only that, there is a payment plan, a sweet low payment plan. You can pay $4.99 a month. Okay. And then for those of you that are, there's always somebody who goes, okay, what if I did it right now? Can I get a deal? Can I get a deal if I do it right now? Yeah, you should always be asking that. And there is. If you do a one pay right now, you can get into the program for the $14.97. And we will give you the experiences that you need to develop into that person that can market, have a good message to market system set up so that the right people come to you. You learn how to do it and experience it and practice it and get better and better and better at it. Does that make sense? Tell me yes. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here's the order page. Vic, you want to put that in? This is what the order page looks like. And then you've put your information. Wake up to dream quality leads every day. Here's how we do it. And we will show you what you need to do, and then you experience the process. Teaching marketing is an expert, so to speak, salesmanship is you don't really teach it, you show the path, and then we all go on the path. We experience our way to success because experience is nothing more than having done it not quite right. And then you go back and go, oh yeah, I shouldn't have said that. No, I should have said this. And then you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. And we have hundreds of examples of that. Like, how many of you have heard it's too expensive? Anyone ever heard that? It's too expensive? There's 100 ways to position what you have so you never hear it again. Never. Did you know that? Okay, here's the other order page. So when you go there, you'll see on the order page there are two pricing options. One is the $24.95, where you can pick the payment plans. The other is the single one price, which you can have right now at $14.97. You see that on the right-hand side there where the green arrow is and who sees it? Who's got it? Yeah. That's what you have right there. Okay. And then what we'll do is for the first 5 people who get the program, I will help you create your first offer post so that when you put that post up there, like I have Facebook posts that have gotten 200 or 300 people saying, give me the information, give me the information. And we sign up 20 or 30 of those that day or the next day for anything we do. So that's a little special bonus for people who say, I want this right now. I'm going to turn myself into somebody. I'm a caterpillar and I want to be a butterfly and I want to do it this way. And with you ladies, that's what you want. There you have that. Okay. Okay. Are there any questions that anybody has that I can answer for you? By the way, would somebody please click on that link and tell me if it opens for sure? I want to be sure that it does. Any questions? So Tony, does that link open? Can you tell me, John Wright? Does that link open? You guys click on it, let me know. Todd? Ken? Hans Meyerhofer. Are you in Deutschland or are you in the States? Okay, cool. Okay, questions from anyone? Yep. Any questions from anybody that we have right now while you're getting your order page ready? Vic, one of the things that might be fun for you to do if you're not too busy, taking appointments here. By the way, if you'd like to connect with Vic, just to talk about what your options are, it's open. Okay, good. Yeah.
I just put my cell phone in there
Put
for
your
those of
text
you
in
who
there.
want to text me. It's right inside there.
Mm-hmm.
So see it there, 1-707-304-2090. That's me. So feel free to reach out and talk. Louise, I got you. I'll communicate with you right after. Perfect.
Yeah, remember, this is who we calling. People who wanna, like, they know it's time. Because it's either you're bored, you're tired, and you think you got one more firecracker type thing in you, and you want to go boom one more time. That's one group that it's for. Another group that would be our seasoned seniors. You're bored, you're not interested in a new sex life right now, thank you very much, but something exciting, you want to do that. And if I could put my money in something and learn to either how to market or how to stake, one or the other, all of this very exciting. And own something that could actually go up in value, or you have a product that you know has made such an incredible difference, and now boom, you want to do this. That's one group. That's seasoned seniors are wonderful markets for all of us for these things. And some of those don't want to market and sell stuff, so they want to learn how to buy crazy stuff like the blockchain stuff that goes up in value, where you never have to talk to your friends except to say, guess what? I just won at 46%. You did? Yeah, what'd you do? Well, I bought this crazy ass thing. Oh, I don't know. Like that, right? And for people who are looking to build a nest egg, that's of course an option. But people who are looking to build something or just contribute to the family income, a network marketing business that has a product that really makes a difference and a pay plan that works, it's a wonderful thing to do if you learn how to call out the people whose problem you can solve and nobody else. Because all you hear are the yeses. You see, it's like a dog whistle. You learn how to whistle so that nobody hears it but the little puppies that you want to come to you. That's called marketing. And when Peter Drucker says, well, if you market right, you don't really have to sell, it's because you've called it. People who want to get back in shape and don't want to do rabbit food, who have something in 6 weeks and they have to lose 2 dress sizes, and you can come here right now and do it and start yesterday. Boom. 5 people raise their hands out of 100. You never hear no. You just get the 5. And you do that every single month. Because they'll say 5 people, that there are 5 in every 100 who meet those. So it's a lot of criteria. It's like you go shopping for shoes. I want women's. Half the shoes in Nordstrom are no longer accessible because half are men and half are women. Then you want running shoes. Well, that's only 10% of all those shoes. Then you want Nike. That's only 10% of all the running shoes. And then I want size 6. That's 5% of all the running shoes. And then I want white. That's another 5%. By the time you're done saying, I want this and this and this and this and this, the person brings you 5 pair of shoes. They used to in my day. And they sit down with all the shoehorns and all the stuff, Miss Claver, and put it all in there. And I would they'd bring 5 and I'd walk out with 1 or 2. You're shopping for people. Learn to shop for people. Okay. All right. Vic, you had some questions you wanted to answer.
Well, I'm just popping in the text there. Some of you may have a question, so feel free to pop it in, or we can even unmute you. Kim could unmute you. You could ask it out loud. I'll just add to this that when I met Kim accidentally many years ago, looking for a position for my husband, I didn't like sales. I didn't really want to be in it, and I was kind of crummy at it. I was really crummy at it, actually. I didn't want to go after everybody. I didn't like selling, and I didn't like going through 100 people to find a few people. And I found doing it this way, accidentally, and experiencing it this way, that I wasn't morally deflated anymore. I didn't feel like an imposter anymore. And the smaller amount of people I spoke to, the greater the yeses were, because I learned how to speak to the right people instead of going through everybody, which I felt like I needed therapy from it, Kim. I felt like, ugh, I'm going to either jump off the San Francisco Bridge or I need to go to a therapist. But I
Right.
experienced a weird emotion after doing it this way. I think it's called joy. And I think
Right.
I began to enjoy, Kim knows, myself, me. I was enjoying myself. So whatever I was doing to get my husband to do this, I later told him, I don't want you to do this. I want to do this. So you can't know what you don't know till you experience this. And when I did, I thought, I am never going back to who I used to be. So it's just a joy path to be yourself, do it in a way that's not throwing up in somebody's face. Kim even TM'd a phrase called puke proof marketing.
I did. Yes, I did. I did.
Remember that, Kim? And I
Yep.
didn't believe you at first, which is why I tested out the language when I met you in a Holiday Inn somewhere talking. I sat in the back of the room so I could exit because I wanted to see if it was one of those things again where you had to sell a certain way. And I was so impressed with the way she used words and language that sounded genuine. It didn't sound fake or inauthentic. And I thought, I'm going to test that out. I took it home, and for 3 days, I went and talked to different people without the stress or the fake sound, without the canned sardine speech. And I think it was like 103 people. And if you heard the amount of people that said yes on what she showed me to say, you probably wouldn't believe me, but it was over 70 that said, yes, I want to try that. I'd like to test that. And I was so shocked. I'm calling her and I don't even know her really. Oh, I've got 12 orders. What do I do? I'm not even enrolled. And I went on from there to accidentally finding a path of enjoyment and value. And I felt like I was actually doing good in the world. There's nothing as for me that works as well as feeling good. You got to feel good or you're going to die young. So I'm still here years later because I think that doing the path of meaning, where it means something to you, somebody over there that's listening is going to sense it. And even if it's not for them, they might say, hey, my cousin Joe really is into that. Let me give you his name. And that went on to be like a real fun thing. So, yes, this is an experience that you'll go through and surprise yourself.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I'm glad for those of you that are coming in. I've got a couple of dates here with people to get your scripts together. So somebody was saying, how do you do this without advertising? Well, what advertising does is give you an audience, because other people like Google has an audience, Facebook has an audience. And so, if you want to scale really big, there's nothing that will beat advertising. However, before you advertise, because advertising is not a cheap date, there are many people who have built up several thousands of people and up to 10, 15,000 a month in their network marketing businesses. And in, throwing money at crazy ass projects like what we talked about in the blockchain, the specific thing that we happen to be doing. That if you want, the key is for you, you have to build up your own audience. And the question is, where are you going to get those people? Well, on Facebook, you can start creating. On my Facebook profile, I now have maybe 12,000, 10,000 followers. And that sounds like a lot. You think, oh my God, and you're 100 years old and you got like one follower every week or something, right? But the fact is that Facebook only shows my stuff to maybe 10, 20, 30 of those people. And when they respond and say, yeah, I want to know about this, or how does this work? Facebook shows that post in the news feed of those people who said yes to me. So that's how I get a whole new bunch of people coming to my Facebook profile, because I learned to message so that my market responds. And before you spend one dime on advertising, you must learn to message so that the market that wants to solve the problem that you know how to solve right now, that they come to you. When you've done that, what would you call organically, like on Facebook or with texting, when you have that, I find that the best way to learn how to do that is with posting. I'll write a post. Like I wrote a post one day and it said 1 in 3 1 of 3 adults are on daily pain meds. Some want off. Quote, dots have helped some. Period. That's it. We got 150 responses. People to that post, people saying, my mother has rheumatoid arthritis. Could you help her? My sister, my dog, my this, my that. There wasn't even a call to action. So you see, the messaging has to be, you have to message in such a way that what comes out of you is a combination of knowing the pain of having had the problem. I've never been on a drug, so I couldn't use that. But do you know the pain of someone else, like your brother or sister or cousin or nephew who has been on drugs and they had things happen to them and they found a way to get off and still not have the pain? It's those feelings, those emotions, if they matter to you, you will start learning how to post so that the people that you know you can help because you help them, that they will come to you on their knees with gratitude. The people that we've helped with that those dots that are off pain and the meds, we probably get emails every single day saying, you have no idea, you have fixed and changed my life. And then when you get paid for that, I mean, how can you go wrong? You see that? So yes, you want to advertise, but first you have to learn how to build an audience without advertising so you don't waste your money. Does that make sense to the man who asked that? I think it was a gent. Are you sure you got it? Alex, yes, got it? Come to the class. You know, if you run Facebook ads, you're going to be spending $5, $10 a day, pretty soon $100 a day. In a month, you spent 10 grand. If you don't know how to do it, you can spend 1,500 bucks right here, right now, and learn how to do it for free. Learn how to do it by posting on your Facebook profile. And then when you've built up and you have people coming to you and they're buying your product or your service or your coaching, whatever you have, you can take that money that you've earned and put it into Facebook ads at $5 a day. Using the message to marketing principles, because they're going to be all the same. It's just on Facebook, you get to target a lot more. And there's a lot of people out there, but a lot of people make 10, 15,000 a month without advertising because they've learned how to find their market and call it right on Facebook through your profile. And you may say, well, I only have 9 friends or 3 friends and they hate me. Well, write your post every day. Remember the story about Chet Holmes? He was hired to get advertising for a magazine from Charlie Munger because the magazine was going broke. They had nobody advertising in it. And he came and he said, well, you know, what are we going to do here? And Charlie Munger said, you figure it out. Bring advertising to the magazine. That's your job. And he called advertisers of all the other magazines for 6 months. He had nothing, nobody came. And one day he sent something to somebody at Xerox, and it was what they call lumpy mail. So in the envelope was some lumpy thing, and I forget, like a tennis racket or a golf club, you know, these little toy things. Because he found out that the ad man for Xerox played tennis or played golf. I forget which it was. And the guy was so impressed that Chet Holmes, who was looking for the advertisers for the magazine, had gone to the trouble to look up this guy, look up his information, where he lived, and that he was a member of the tennis club. And so he sent him this little toy tennis racket in the lumpy mail envelope that he called him. And he said, okay, we'll place a little ad. And he put a little tiny little crap ad for 500 bucks or something in Chet Holmes's, in Charlie Munger's magazine. Charlie Munger's Warren Buffett's partner for 50 years. They built the #1 Berkshire Hathaway investment company in the world, bar none. There's nobody close, nobody. They learned how to put money in things that grow. That's why they're so rich. They don't sell anything, they buy. That's the other side of the coin. But what he did is he got that little Xerox ad, and what we would teach you is just what he did. He called the next advertiser, which was, I think it was Polaroid or one of the other like copy type Honeywell copiers or something. He said, you know, we have this magazine and Xerox just bought some ad copy. So I don't know if you, oh, let me buy some too. Let me buy bigger than theirs. Okay. Then he goes, he calls the next one, says, well, you know, Honeywell and Xerox just bought an ad and say it might have been a company that sells, I don't know, cars or some other General Motors, some other big company. They say, well, I want to have it too. And within 30 days, every main company that he'd been going after for 6 months, every single day, all day, every single day, all day, getting no, 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 no. They had everybody. And his magazine became the richest magazine of all of them. And now Chet Holmes is a legend. That is the process nobody's ready for. So who wants to get tarred and feathered in your business when they tell you it's a piece of cake? Oh, anybody can do this. This is the process. This is the experiential transformation that he went through, and then he taught it to other people. It's just if you're not ready for it, you won't survive it. You know what I mean? Because who wants to do that much work? Who wants to get that much rejection? What are you, crazy? But you see, if you know that eventually it's going to work because you got a good magazine and good content, then it becomes a challenge. How do you do this? And when you're at that place, that's what we've done. It's a challenge. I want to beat the odds. I like beating the odds. Like somebody was saying, the boys are outdoing us. It's the first thing. Well, the girls, let's show them what we can do. It's boom. And there are people like that. We love those people. If you're one of those, come in. That's who we're looking for. But, you know, if you're somebody who goes, oh, if somebody looks at me funny and, you know, I don't want to upset the boat, then this type of thing is not what you want to do. Yeah, there's place for you for sure. But it's not this. This is for lunatics and nutcakes who want something really big and who really want to go after it for whatever your reason is. That's the deal. Okay. Okay. Any other questions that anybody has? There are questions for Vic also.
So there's a few coming in, and
Okay, go ahead.
so there's
Shoot.
I just want to highlight that some of you that just did this, you get personal time with Kim, and that alone for me is the frosting on the cake. So just know that those are going. What else? What else did I want to ask? Oh, here. Oh, somebody's asking about that cheat sheet. They're fascinated with it. When can I have the cheat?
Oh. Okay, here, one sec.
And there is such a thing as good lunatics. I've met one somewhere, both of us. In that case, you want people like that, early adopters. Tony, that's
Okay,
fine.
let me show you right now. Would you guys like to see what you're going to get? Oh, let me see. If
Oh, and
you
now
say
here's
yes.
another question before you show, Kim.
Okay, I'm
Somebody's
going to give it to
asking-
you. I have it for you. Yes, yes.
Okay,
Lunatic and nutcase, check, check.
are you just using Facebook?
Yes, I have mostly used Facebook. The reason is I learned the platform. I tried Instagram. Okay, let me just say this. It's kind of like somebody said, well, do you like the flute better? Like my brother played the flute. I played the piano. My sister plays the piano. Her husband plays the trumpet. And it's like, is the trumpet better than the piano? It's like, well, hell, I don't know. But people have made millions on Instagram. People have made millions on Facebook. People have made millions in email. People have made millions, I tell you, standing on the street corner, preaching and saying, I have a way to make $35,000 a month. Mark Yarnell did that for Nu Skin. But they're not the same people. They're all different people. So pick a platform. That's jargon for Facebook or doing an email or doing Instagram, right? Pick one of those that you, or LinkedIn, it's another one. In fact, I have a friend named Max Steingart. Some of you guys may know him. We go back many, many moons. And he was saying, Kim, I've gotten really good at helping people how to do stuff on LinkedIn. And we may have him come and do a little show and tell for some of you guys if you'd like to learn how to do that. So that's the answer. I have chosen Facebook because I ended up there. I have just gotten myself on Twitter. And when I have some results, I'll let you know and I'll teach it. But what I can teach you now is what I've done. And we've done like a lot. So I'm very confident about teaching you how to do this because we're doing it. Have been doing it every single day for, gosh, since Facebook started. Yeah. So pick the one that you want. Okay. Any other questions? Tell me, Vic, whatever. We have a really smart group today. I'm really pleased to see that you are there. A lot of times we'll have people who had no idea that the first person wouldn't say yes. They had no idea that they might get a lot of no's. They had no idea that people wouldn't do them favors. And you know, it's very heart crushing for me to see, particularly the women who thought, well, this really worked for me. And they said everybody would say yes. And that they then feel like there's something wrong with them. That is probably the biggest reason I'm still here. Because it's not you. It's they didn't tell you that it would probably be 3 people in 100 if you play tennis or you're a tennis teacher and you go to a church picnic and you say, hey, who wants to play some tennis or learn some tennis? If 3 people only say yes, it has nothing to do with you. If somebody were saying, there's a golf course over there or mini golf, the same, different 3 people would say yes. A different 3. It's not you at all. It's the market. There are tiny pieces of the market, but because there's 300 million people in the United States, if you get a fraction of a percent, you've got 20, 30,000 people in your business. Do you see that? So once you know what the odds are, you want to try to learn to do group stuff. So talk to 100 people so you know what they say, what the issues are. And then you do a post that 100 people see at one time. And then a post that 1,000 people see. Do you see that? Tell me yes, you get that. Yeah. Tony, okay, yeah. Any other questions about this course or the program or anything like that? Let me know. Any other questions? Otherwise, we're gonna go.
I put that link up in the thread again in case it got lost from some of your
Oh, yes, absolutely.
eyeballs.
Yes.
And I'll
Yes.
re-put my cell phone in case somebody wants to connect with me thereafter.
Absolutely.
Right.
And welcome to those of you that are in. That is absolutely perfect.
Oh, you were saying about the cheat sheet, Kim. That's where we left off.
Oh, the cheat sheet. Oh my God. It's coming.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to put it right in. Okay. Okay, you guys, it's in the chat. Okay. Are you all ready for the chat? Who's ready for the chat? Hey, Katya, good to see you, lady.
Yes, ready.
Vic, would you open that thing up and tell me if it's working?
Okay.
Check the cheat sheet. All you guys click on the cheat sheet. Yep. I want to see if it's working.
Now. It's loading. It's there. Yeah, I got it.
See if you love it.
Ooh, there's the banner. Cheat sheet for reaching out. I see it. Those first few words by text or phone. Okay, we're ready to roll. Facebook
Is that
messaging
great?
and phone combos. That's awesome. That's a good one. Good subject. Okay.
Y'all see it? Make sure everybody's got it, because what you do is take it right now. You have it? Because you want to grab the link so that you've got it.
Yeah.
Who's got it?
Charlie, do you see it in the chat above? Maybe Kim may have to put it in there once more.
Okay.
Everybody else, it opened, yeah?
Charlie, are you on your phone or on a computer? You want to try to be on a laptop if you can. Ken Nelson. Okay. Mr. Nielsen. Oh, wait, I know what I did wrong.
What?
Sorry, guys, I screwed up. I sent it to Hans Meyer.
Oh, because
Okay,
I opened it, Kim.
Yeah,
I
okay,
opened it, went there, but anyhow, put it again.
okay. No, I don't want to see it. Blair, all right, we're gonna have to shut you down, buddy.
Really?
Okay. Ken, do you see it now? John Fisher, do you see it now? Okay, let me see it. You got it? You got it?
Kim, you're putting your cheat sheet up, yes?
Yes, that's what
Because you put Web Connect United in there.
Oh, no, that's the wrong link. Sorry. I just sent that to somebody. Okay, wait. I got my cheat sheet right here. Wait. Oh, crap. Yeah, I sent it to somebody. That's okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, are you ready?
Here we are.
Vicky, you better help me. Did I do it right?
You see it there? Kim Klaver -Academy, Open that up. Tell me if it opens. Gaia,
Cheat
the
sheet.
test.
Okay. Oh no, cheat sheet. Okay. Do you have the cheat sheet? Okay. Vic,
Yeah.
did I do it right this time? Oh my God, I can't believe I did that.
Let's see. Let me test it one more time. And everybody else, click with me, okay? It opens for me. Everybody else, click and play. Click and
It's a
play.
PDF. Yes. Open it up. Open it up. Open it up. Vic, I did it right this time. Please, dear
Yeah,
God, tell me. Yeah.
it's correct. It's a PDF.
Okay. And you can scroll through it.
Got it? Everybody's got it? Yeah, and it opens. Okay.
Okay. You see how this works? And I even gave you some of the scripts here.
Right.
I'll show you. Right here. Here, let me show this the cheat sheet. Okay. Do you see the cheat sheet now, Vic?
Uh-huh.
On
Yep.
the screen?
Yep. It's on the
Okay.
screen.
So you should see it right here. This is for that opening part, that first circle, getting attention. Because without that, you're cooked. And then if you don't know what to do next, you're cooked just as well. But I gave you this first part because if you realize that out of 100 people at the picnic at the church, only 3 or 4 are going to play tennis, only 3 or 4 are going to play golf, only 3 or 4 are looking to lose weight. Even if everybody is fat, who wants to lose weight, there will be 3 people. And you may think, well, you all need to lose weight. You want your fatties. It's like, no, they've been told to lose weight their whole life. They've been told to make more money. They've been told to do this for their kids. They've been told to do this. And, people are just, shut up. And people don't come out anymore. They don't want to be told what's wrong with them. So when you say, who wants to play? If it's only 3, that is your market. Do y'all see that? That is your market. It's the most important thing in the world that you realize, unless you really have not paid attention and you want to continue to talk about, oh, let me tell you about my CBD oil that works at the DNA level. If that's what you continue to say, most people will continue to say no, and you will continue to think you're no good. And that's because it's true. You're not any good at marketing. Like, I'm not very good at other things, but I've learned to do this because I want to be good at it. You see that?
Lisa has a question. It's a good one. So you're just sending to your warm market via email?
What? It doesn't say that.
No,
Where
it
does it say
doesn't.
that? Yeah, you
She's
have to read
asking
the
that.
document, okay?
Yeah.
You gotta read what it says. I didn't say to use email to your warm market. There's nowhere here that says that. This cheat sheet is two things. You have to read stuff, okay? Don't make stuff up that I'm not saying. A lot of people do that. I'll say, okay, so ask the person, so we help people who are looking to lose 2 dress sizes in 6 weeks. Repeat that. And you know what people will say right in my class when I'm there? Oh, we have the greatest weight loss product. Let me tell you all about it. And they forgot that's what's in their head. So that's what comes out of their mouth. You need to wipe away what's in your head because it hasn't been working, right? It hasn't been working. Wipe it away. Wipe it away. And don't impose that onto words that other people are giving you. Because it's very easy to do that, as we just saw. It's not for cold market. Read it. Not for strangers, not for posting in other people's groups, not for posting on your timeline. Right? This is what I do. What's the first thing? A call. Hello, Aunt Lulu. Hey, listen, I got a sec. I'm calling everybody I know. I have this business. I'm looking for certain people. If I tell you who I'm looking for, will you let me know if you know anyone? Don't worry, I'm not bugging you. Well, what you got? Well, we help people who are on daily pain meds, and they want to get off, but they also want no pain. Do you know anybody like that? That is it.
Hey, Kim, one of your
Yep.
students is here and she's saying, can I speak for a minute?
Oh, sure, absolutely. To say how this kind of thing has worked for you. So do y'all
Yeah,
see that?
Chip,
Don't put words in there that are not there. I didn't say email. This is Carlito. Hello? That's what we're doing here. There's nothing here about email. I'm going to teach you email in my buyer factory, but this is about calling and Facebook texting. That is it on the cheat sheet. Okay.
So it's
Okay.
Chip that has asked if she could be unmuted.
Yes, totally. Give your before and after because you are a proud member of our buyer factory. Would you guys like to hear that? Chip is such a cute girl. Do it. Yes.
Okay, so you'll unmute it, Kim, because I can't do that on my.
Oh, hang on, Chip. You sure you can't do that, Vic?
I don't.
See, this would be, so I'd go to participants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go to participants and then do attendee. Yeah, I got you. Allowed to
Okay.
talk. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there she is. Okay. Talk away, girlfriend.
But you have to unmute. You got yourself muted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to brag about my first experience being here with Kim.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to tell people how I got a client pay me $3,500
$3,500, guys. This is not like $9.64 for a jar of face cream.
because what I do. Oops, just hang on a second. Just hang on a second. Okay. My grandson is coming from school, so I have to let him in. Okay, so I put a video, which I have to find now because I'd like to repeat it. I talked about I needed so many people to work with so I can help them with chronic pain. I work with chronic pain because I had a lot of chronic pain. And as a nurse, I took a lot of drugs.
Okay.
I was like a zombie and I was still working and the pain was still there.
Wow.
So they wanted to operate on me, to operate my, so they could see what's in there because everything the test they did, they didn't work. So I left nursing and I went into natural therapies to try something different. And I found something different and the headaches, the pains I was having all went away. So I said, this is it. I am going to go into natural therapies. And this lady that saw my video, she was a client, say about 10 years ago. And I hadn't seen her, I hadn't heard from her. And she saw my video. She calls me up. She says, I want that. So we talked how much it was going to be. And she goes, oh, no, I can't afford it. I said, that's fine. When you're ready, you can call me. The next morning, I get this long email saying, okay, I'm ready. I'll pay that. And she did. And her life transformed. After.
You see?
So
now she's transformed a life. And when Chip has transformed a life and has a person who says, I didn't think that was going to work, but after 10 years of this same problem, I figured, what do I have to lose? Here, I'm throwing my money at you, Chip. I'm throwing my money because I don't know for sure, so I'm just throwing it. That's what we all do. We throw the money at the coach. You're throwing me money. You throw it, you go, oh my God, please let it work. And then it does because you are transformed. You were ready to make a transformation. It's when you learn how to swim. It's not by sitting by the side of the pool. You got to get your butt in and you do it. And then you know you can tell somebody else. And you know for the rest of your life, you can learn, you can change. And she, as the coach, Chip knows that she can help people because she just did after a lady 10 years couldn't overcome her problem.
And you've known
3
her
or 4
10
days.
years. What would you normally have done prior to working with Kim? What would you have done in that scenario?
Try to convince her. Try to.
Right.
Yeah, to say it's me. I'm going to do this. So struggle with it. Probably she would have said yes. To pay that kind of money, she would have said. And I worked with her for 18 hours, and thing was done. She's still.
Do you know what your pitch could be? 10 years or 18 hours. How long do you want it to, how long do you want it to take? That would be my ad for you.
Say
10
that
years, 10 years or 18 hours. How long do you want the pain to last?
Oh, yeah, I like that. And I have another lady that I worked with, same thing. She was going to have all her gonads removed, the uterus, everything, because she was 4th stage cancer.
Oh,
She
wow.
called me a week before surgery, crying. I said, hey, I don't know. If you want, let's play. Played. And I mean, it was like 1.5 sessions I gave her. She calls me after the surgery. She said, the doctor just called me, said, it's not 4th stage cancer. It's 1 stage cancer. I have no idea what you did because it was there in your tests. All the tests we did, it was positive for 4th stage cancer.
Yeah.
They thought it had metastasized as well. But
Oh, wow.
when she went for surgery, there was nothing. I'm not saying I cured her. I say she cured herself with my help.
Yes.
That's all I
Yes,
did.
that's, I'll tell you something very interesting. I have been talking with a lady who has had a lot of physical pain for months. And she's been using the dots and she's been doing all this stuff. And every day that we talk, which is 2-3 times a week, just a few minutes, she'll say, oh man, I'm really hurting today, or I'm a complete wreck today. And I remind her that what she's saying, she's calling. It's like telling God what you want.
Yeah.
So you want to say, oh, I'm feeling better. Even if you're not, you picture what you do want. That's the belief of people who envision their future before it happens, right? So the other day, she was one of those people who was in our blockchain project, and she made 46% on something that she really scraped all the money. I told her, you're throwing it away down the rat hole. You're probably never going to see it again, but that's what we're all doing. Down the rat hole, and you can't sue them if you lose it. So don't do it. I'm doing it. Okay, great. Well, so 2 days later, this thing goes up 46%. And that day, we were chatting about something else, and she said, I feel just so much better. I don't have my aches and pains like I did before. And there's a new bounce in my step. And why? Because something went right in her life.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't even do it. And it's like you're calling somebody because when they say, oh my God, it's so expensive, you say, okay, no problem. You just call me when you're ready. Because what's her choice? Stay the way you are or pay $3,500. Holy crap. People pay $350,000 to get a butt tuck so they look nice in Hollywood. And half the time they die of it, or they get some illness, or they look like Joan Rivers, who was all weird looking because she got her face all screwed up, or people that are buying that, what's that drug, some weight loss drug, and now everybody has dog face and they look like those dogs that have the long faces. What do you call them? Poodles or whatever. And they can't undo it. So when you have a gift that you could really help somebody and tell the next person, we really help this person, not in 10 years, but in 18 hours, right? It's like, wow. And everything lifts up. You make one sale and you go, oh, I got it. Or you invest in something and holy crap, it actually did go up because we're all using it and doing it and, making it happen because we really like it. Your whole life changes, doesn't it, Vic? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Times
And
10,
you're not, yeah.
times 100.
Right? Times 100.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you don't know for sure, but when you know you can and you believe in the thing you're doing, the chances of it happening are much greater than if you're just saying, oh, I need to make an extra $5,000 a month. Here, let me sell a few things. That is not going to make you $5,000 a month. It just isn't, because you need to put your energy into it. So when somebody sees it, I don't think there's anybody here who doesn't know that I know how to market and that I love teaching it and helping people who are screwing it up through really no fault of their own. Now there's a different way, see, where you can make this work. And I decide you want that or not. You may not want it, but so what? At least I'm saving you years of self-deprecation saying, oh, I can't do this. I'm so stupid. No, you just didn't know. It's only going to be 3 out of 100 who have the problem and are looking to solve it right now in the way that you have to solve it. Boom.
And Chip,
That's
what I
it.
heard you say also was you stated the
She didn't want
amount.
to persuade, she didn't
You
drive him,
didn't
right, Vic?
persuade,
Yeah.
you stated it, oh, I can't do that, you know, she said her piece. And then you know, you wish her well, and you hang up, and she sends you this big old long email, I need your help. And the prior Chip, I don't think you would have done that.
No, no,
Would have
you
been
know me so
poor.
well, Vicky.
You would have stayed poor. You would have stayed poor, and so would she, because you would have compromised your own values and hers.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
To raise the stake is good for her and good for you.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, that's why I want to say something when people are there, just to hear that really what Kim is teaching. It's something that I haven't heard. If I had, maybe it didn't go in, and Kim makes it go in. I mean, I come here to recharge, to hear Kim teach. I mean,
We
I'm
love having
learning,
you. Yeah.
but I just love the way she says it as it is. And if we don't do it that way, for me, if I didn't do it, followed his teaching, I don't know if I would have had that lady.
Well, we're
Hey,
thrilled that you've got it. So I'm going to end with the Doom Fly. Are you the Doom Fly? There's a book called U Squared by Ken Pritchett, and he says, I am listening to the desperate sounds of a life or death struggle going on a few feet away. And he's sitting in his cabin at his little writing desk, and he's in the redwoods, and he's got a little window in front of him, and it's warm, like it is right here where I am right now. It's like 82. And the door's open, right, to the outside, to the water. And he's saying, you know, the flies are right there in front of the window. They're trying harder and harder, right? Bzzz, you hear them on the window. How many of you can you picture the fly? Bzzz. And in the morning, when you wake up, where are the flies? Who knows where the flies are that have been buzzing like crazy on the window trying to get out? Where are the flies?
dead.
Who knows? All right, let's see who's got it. Who knows where the flies end up in the morning? And there's an open door right across the desk. Anybody know? Come on, nobody knows.
Probably
You
dead.
never- Huh? Yeah, they're in the windowsill and they're dead. Why? And the door was right there at the other side of the room. They could have flown to freedom. And this is sometimes what we do. Keep saying the wrong stuff over and over, trying harder, saying the wrong stuff to the wrong people over and over and over. And if you don't change, are you going to end up like the doomed fly and quit your business and quit the idea of having something of your own, some kind of income, something that makes a difference, that makes you happy, some joy point in your life, right? Or, you know, you're going to risk being the doomed fly? Okay. So I want to show Vic. They absolutely, Carl, they end up on the windowsill. That's exactly right. Yep. Okay. Any more questions or issues? Again, thank you so much, Chip, for coming. Vic, any comments that you want to make or anything you want to say
Well, I'm
to
just
anybody
ready.
before we call it?
I
Are you
am,
connecting with I know you're connecting with Louise, so
yeah, and anyhow, I've got the link in there again. I got my text in case some of you are shy and want to talk to me separate. It's there.
Yep.
So, there we
so
go.
Ken, why don't you, Ken, you should talk to her, and Carl, text me, because I know we got started here on the windowsill. That's exactly right. I'm talking to Carl A here. Yeah. Okay. Alex, connect with Vic. She might be able to help you with something or other to move you ahead. Connect with her. I suggest you do, you and Ken too. And John Fisher, you too. Connect. We very much are in the mode of, see, if we can help you, we will. And if not, we'll send you where we can help you. You stayed all this time. There must be some reason.
And the
There's
cheat
something to
sheet
you.
is worth the stay, Kim. That's a great cheat sheet.
Yeah, we worked on it quite a bit. I wanted to give you something that you could use. You're just sending, no, you don't do that stuff to the email. Okay, look at the cheat sheet and you'll see what it's there. Okay. All right, Vic. Thanks, everybody, and we'll
How
catch
do
you
we
soon.
download? How do
And
we
thank you,
download?
Chip.
Thank you
Chip.
very much, Chip, too, and Vic. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Okay, guys.
Love to
Talk
all.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Hans.